Hi there, thank you for joining me. I'm Jennifer Rossoff. I'm excited to be bringing dance into your home through Arts for All Florida's Spotlight on Art. Today I'm going to be teaching you some choreography that's featured in the very popular movie Encanto. This choreography is not my own. I'm taking the choreography from the movie, which was originally created by Kai Martinez. For the first part of the video today, I'm going to be demonstrating the moves as similar as I can to an animated character in a movie, the character being Luisa during the song Surface Pressure. And then in the second half of the video, I'm going to be doing a seated version, a modified version of that same bit of choreography. The song is quite long and there's a lot of intricate moves, so I'm only teaching you a section of it today. And that section of the song starts at 0 minutes into it and 54 seconds. So if you want to scroll ahead to that part of the song. As you know, when you're watching an animated movie, sometimes characters do things that we as humans can't do in real life. But like anything, have fun, enjoy the movement, and do whatever feels comfortable for you and your body. We're going to go ahead and just jump right in. So the first part of the lyrics that we're going to hear is pressure like a drip, 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 that'll never stop, whoa. In this part, the character has their back to the audience, so we're going to start facing the back. And when I do the movement, I'm going to be saying I'm using my right hand or my left hand. I'm doing it as if I am that character. Feel free to mirror it if that's easier when you're watching the video. Doing your rights or lefts opposite, it won't make a difference and it will still look amazing. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and start with our backs to the audience. And you start with your left shoulder. And you bring your shoulder down on 3 different parts of the music on drip, drip, drip. So it's going to lower. You can start it up a little higher if that's easier. Pressure like a drip, drip, drip. That'll never. You take your hands into a flex position. Stop. Whoa, and you're going to look over your left shoulder as far as you can towards the audience. Okay? So pressure like a drip, drip, drip. That'll never stop. Whoa. The character then has weights on their arms. So we're going to pretend like we're holding something really heavy. And we're going to take our right arm and it's going to drop on the words. Pressure that'll tip, tip, tip. And you can lean a little bit because you're pretending it's heavy. Tip, tip, tip. That'll just go pop. And your left arm is going to punch up into the ceiling, okay? On the next part, there's a little bit of fancy footwork, so I'm going to review up until that point, and then we'll move on. So we have pressure like a drip, drip, drip. That'll never stop. Whoa. Turn around. Pressure that'll tip, tip, tip till it just goes pop. We punch that left arm up. Our right leg is going to tap out. We step together, and left leg then is out. So the move goes out, in, out. And in a lot of this song, the Luisa character is doing a lot of like leaning and grooving with her movement. It's kind of got like a hip hop feel mixed in. So feel free to use more of your upper body than I do in the video to make it match the character more, or to make it feel more realistic for you if you wish. It's hard to look realistic when we're doing character movement, but the song is so fun. Okay, so we just did pressure that'll tip, tip, tip till you just go pop, whoa, oh, oh. So that happens on the whoas. All right. From there, it says, give it to your sister is older. Meaning she's talking about all this heavy burden she has to take on herself. So in the part of that song, she leans over and she hangs on to her sister. So we're going to all lean to our left, give our sister or any friend, if you want to do this next to your friend, you can give each other a side hug. And if you're doing it with an imaginary person next to you like I am, you're going to do a side hug and then a thumb in, like you're talking about yourself. Okay? Give it to your sister. Sister is older. Okay? And then the next part says, give her all the heavy things that we can't shoulder. We're going to have this imaginary heavy weight come down on us. So from doing this, you're going to reach your right hand up, and you can look up, and it starts to feel heavy. And then your left hand's going to catch it, right? And so that's on give her all the heavy things we can't shoulder. Who am I if I can't run with the ball? And you're going to toss it up on ball. If I fall too. So in this part of the song, you see the earth tumbling, which we're not going to be doing as dancers. But we are going to just kind of pretend that we're tilting to the side as you see the animation doing, okay? So we're going to throw the ball up, catch it with our left hand, and then just let it fall, okay? And our bodies will tilt to the left. Perfect. I think at this point, let's try it with some music. So again, we're going to go to 0 minutes in and 54 seconds, and that's where we pick up with this part of the song. I'm going to let it play in the beginning just a little bit longer so you can hear the lyrics just before. Awesome. And as you see, I was pretending I had really heavy things. So feel free to add your facial expressions in. It makes it much more believable as a character because she's saying she has all these heavy things that she doesn't want to deal with anymore. Facial expressions obviously are always optional for dancers, but it makes it so much more fun. Okay, so I'm going to teach you one other little section of the dance and we'll add it all together. The next part is pressure like a grip, 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 and it won't let go. Whoa. So she's actually in, it looks like almost a ball pit, but it's actually made of all different types of food. And her and her sister are getting squeezed together because they're feeling the pressure. So you're going to take your arms by your side and you're going to squeeze your body as tight as you can. And you're going to squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. It's pressure like a grip, grip, grip. And she's going down, down, down. So you can bend, 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 bend. That it won't let go. You put your hands out on whoa. You push out. And really press. She presses through this machine. And when you go back to watch the video, it will make a lot of sense to you what I'm talking about. So pressure like a grip, grip, grip. And it won't let go. Whoa. Sorry, I like to reference my lyrics here so I don't mess it up and tell you the wrong words. All right, then the next words. Pressure like a tick, tick, tick till it's ready to blow. Whoa. At this part, this is where a lot of imagination comes in with the video. And Louisa picks up her sister and almost looks like she's running on the moon or like another planet. There's all these things happening around her that we don't have around us, but we're still going to pretend. And she takes off kind of running. So we're going to pretend, and I believe in her right arm, she's carrying her sister, okay? It doesn't actually matter which side, but I'm just going to pretend for this part of the video. I'm going to pick her up, and I'm going to take off running. But I don't have too much room in this space, so I'm going to just run around myself in a circle. But if you want to run in a different direction and come right back, that's perfect for you. Okay, so we just did pressure like a grip, 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 and it won't let go. Whoa, pick your sister up. Please don't do this for real. Pretend, pick your sister up. Run, run, run. Okay, we're doing that on the words. Pressure like a tick, tick, tick till it's ready to blow. Okay, we set our sister down. We place our hands kind of low, but not to the ground. And in the video, she actually puts something down, and she quickly steps on it, and then they explode. It almost looks like a spout of steam or air or water that kind of shoots them up into the air, okay? So we're just going to pretend after we run, 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 like it's ready to blow. Quickly step on it, and we're going to punch up with our left, just like we did before, okay? And I'm making my hand into a fist in case I got cut off with the video there. So you're going to punch up, and that's on whoa. Okay. The next section says, give it to your sister's stronger. And in this part, they're actually pretending that they're hanging off the edge of a cliff, which we will not be doing, obviously, and that's not safe. So we're just going to pretend we're hanging onto something that's really, really high up. So we reach with our right hand and we're hanging on. And if you want to add an extra arm to it, you can pretend you're holding on to your sister or a friend, right? So we can always pretend it's someone else with us. We have lots of wonderful people in our lives. You're going to hang on, and you're with your left hand, you're almost trying to keep your grip, and in the right hand, you're holding so you can look down. You don't want to let go of this person, and you're hanging on. And we're going to kind of wiggle a little bit, but she's super strong, so you can hang on there. And then if I falter, and at the end, we're just going to let our arms relax. She actually then pretends to let go, like she's giving in, and whatever happens is okay. And then it goes on to a new section where she's pretending she's on a ship in the ocean, and lots of other things are happening. And that's where we're going to pause the choreography. So I'm going to go through from pressure like a grip. Pressure like a grip, 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 till it's ready to go, until it won't let go. Whoa, pick up. Pressure like a tick, 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 till it's ready to blow. Step on it. Whoa, uh-oh. Give it to your sister's stronger. See if she can hang on a little longer. Hanging. Who am I if I can't carry it all? If I falter. And you can stand there with pride at the end there, okay? We're going to do that section with the music and then put the two sections together.
Oh, give it to your sister's older. Give her all the heavy things we can't shoulder. Who am I if I can't run with the flow?
From the grip.
If I fall too much like you, then it won't let go. Whoa. Pressure like a tick, tick, till I'm ready to blow. Whoa. Give it to your sister's stronger. See if she can hang on a little longer. Who am I if I can't carry it all? If I falter under the surface, I had my
Nicely done. I'm sure you did amazing. Okay, so now we're going to put the sections together. I'm going to walk it through once without the music and then with the music. So we just did all together. Pressure like a drip, drip, drip. That'll never stop. Whoa. Pressure that'll tip, 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 till you just go pop. Whoa. Give it to your sister is stronger. Sorry, I want to get the words right. You don't need to look over to your right. Your sister's older. Give her all the heavy things that we can't shoulder. Who am I if I can't run with the ball? Catch it with your left. If I falter, pressure like a drip, 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 and it won't let go. Whoa. Pressure like a tick, 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 till it's ready to blow. Whoa. Hanging on till the end and falter. Okay? There is a reason that I teach dance moves and I am not a singer, if you couldn't tell. Obviously, however you do this will be fun for you, hopefully. Don't worry about making it look just like me. And obviously, we can't match an animated character, so we're going to make it kind of work as best for us and what feels comfortable for our own bodies. So now I'm going to do everything we just learned with the music. I do encourage you to go back and listen to the music on your own, as it might sound a little bit clearer for yourself on your own rather than through this video quality. And here we go. job. So again, that part of the music is happening from 54 seconds in all the way until 1 minute and 37 seconds if you want to go find that part of the video. You can look up the lyric version or the video version from the movie, which is available on YouTube, and you'll be able to see what we just danced along to. At this point now, I'm going to teach a seated modified version of the same choreography. So if you've been watching the first half of the video, a lot of things will be very similar. I just might modify a few things to make it easier. So I'm going to grab my chair. Okay, so again, we are at the part of the video, which is 0 minutes and 54 seconds into the video. So we're going to go ahead and pick up at the same spot. If you just learned, you're welcome to keep practicing with us because our arm movement's going to be really similar. If you want to use this as an extra refresher, you're welcome to do that. So we have pressure like a drip, drip, drip that'll never stop. Whoa. So this part, the choreography, has the character with their back facing the audience to make it a little easier on us and make it so that we don't have to adjust our lower half as much. We're just going to rotate our upper body and we're going to let our shoulder drop, drop, drop. So it's still going to be the same movement with our left shoulder. We're looking off to the right. If you are comfortable in fully rotating, you can certainly do that, and we're going to let our shoulder go down, down, down. That's our left shoulder. Our hands go into a push flex motion. You can push them out / down, and then you're going to look over to your left. The character is really looking at the audience, so snapping our head to look at the audience really fits with that. If you want to do it more facing towards the front, which is really more how I'm going to demonstrate it from here on out, you can rotate your body if you're able to comfortably move yourself in a wheelchair and face the back, and you want to do the left shoulders as demonstrated in the standing version, you're welcome to do that too. I just want to make it so that everyone has some different options to choose from. So again, we're going to take our left shoulder. It's going to go down, down, down. We push, flex hands, look left. And left could mean that we're looking straight to the audience or over our left shoulder, depending on which direction we're facing. Okay, perfect. Then pressure like a tick, tick, tick. So she has weights in her hands. We're going to pretend, just like I said before in the video, and our right hand is going to lean down. You can lean as much with your upper body as you would like. Tick, tick, tick. It's getting really heavy. And then punches up with our left hand. And then on the words, wha-oh, we are going to add arms, wha-oh. The character actually has leg movement here, but I'm going to add movement in the same direction that she's going. So she's going right, center, left. Wha-oh. And it has kind of that hip-hop-ish feel, so you can kind of groove with it, okay? So from the beginning with our left shoulder. Pressure like a drip, drip, drip till it's ready to go. Whoa. Pressure like a tick, tick, tick till it's ready to go. It's on go, sorry. Whoa. A lot of these words sound very similar, so sorry if I got a little tongue-tied there. Again, that part is pressure like a drip, drip, drip. That'll never stop is what I meant to say first time. Whoa. Pressure that'll tick, tip, tip till you just go pop. Whoa. All right, very nice. We're moving on. Give it to your sister. Your sister's older. So this part, she's taking on a lot of burden herself as a character. So we're going to lean a little bit to our left. You're going to pretend to give someone a side hug. Okay, that could be your sister or a friend or anyone that's with you, imaginary or otherwise. I obviously am dancing with imaginary, and there's nothing wrong with that. So we're going to have our arm out. And then you're going to give yourself a big thumb because this is referencing all the things that you can handle, right? So it's reach, thumb in. Okay. And then the next part says, give her all the heavy things that we can't shoulder. So our right arm's going to reach up, and we're going to pretend to be holding a really heavy boulder above us. So we're looking up. It's really heavy, and you can look concerned on your face with it too. Left hand, because it's getting heavier, and then on the word ball, you're going to push it up. catch it with your left. All right? So on those words, it's give her all the heavy things that we can't shoulder. Who am I if I can't run with the ball? If I fall too. So on left, if I fall too, you're going to catch with your left, and then you're just going to let it fall to the side. And as I mentioned earlier in the video, this part, the earth is actually tumbling, or things are tumbling down the earth, and that's kind of impossible for us to do as movers, so we're just going to be demonstrating like the ball is tilting away, and that's going towards our left. So again, that part is catch it with your right, hold it, catch it with your left, down and push it, catch it with your left, and let it fall. Okay, so we're going to do all that together with the music. Side hug. Awesome. Okay, I'm sure you're doing amazing out there. Feel free again to add facial expressions if you'd like to make it more believable. If we're holding something that's super heavy over our heads, probably not going to just stand here or sit here like this, right? We're going to use all of our strength, and it's going to be written all over our face, right? So really hold that. Show those muscles, those strong muscles that you got. Okay, so next part is pressure like a grip, and it won't let go. You're going to pretend to squeeze everything in a tiny little ball, and you're going to lean down with it. So it's pressure like a grip till it won't let go. You get your hands ready. Whoa! And you push open. Okay? So that's the part where the character's getting squeezed down into this machine with like fruits. It almost looks like a ball pit, but it's all the food being pushed in together. So you squeeze it through. And pressure like a grip till it won't let go. Whoa. And then the next part, pressure like a tick. You're going to pretend to pick up your sister, as it is the character does in the video. And you're going to move really fast with those arms. Get them swinging. If you want to make a circular motion with your wheelchair and come on back to the center, that's what I did in the standing version. Because there is limited space, and the character's pretending to be literally skipping on the moon, which that's what that's what I guess it looks like from my interpretation. So feel free to do your own version if you want to pretend to be bouncing, right? That kind of motion, you can do that too. So you're going to pick your sister up, and you're kind of moving really fast. You place something down near your feet, okay, or at the floor. And then you're going to punch up with your left, right? So pressure like a tick till it's ready to blow. Push that down with your right hand. On whoa, punch up with your left. Awesome. All right, we only have one more little section. Give it to your sister's stronger. This part, they are hanging on to the edge of a cliff. Not safe, don't do it. You're going to hang on with your right hand. You're hanging on really strong. And with your left, you're hanging on to your sister or your friend, like I said, and we're going to pretend. We're not really going to hang on to anything here. We're just doing pretend. And you're going to pretend it's so heavy. You're looking down to make sure you're holding on to that person. And then at the very end, if I falter, you're just going to let it go because everything's great and it's okay. Sometimes we have to let go of those burdens. Okay, it's a metaphor. It's not really like we're letting go of people. Sometimes we have a lot to carry in our lives, and it's okay to let things go. All right, we're going to do that section now with the music from pressure like a grip.
If I fall too pressure like a grip, then it won't let go. Whoa. Pressure like a tick till I'm ready to blow. Whoa. Give it to your sister stronger. See if she can hang on a little longer. Who am I if I can't carry it all? If I falter.
Very nice. All right, now we're going to do that whole section section with the music. Obviously, their song is much longer, but I only picked a section to teach you today. Some parts of the video, they're imagining so many creative things that it would be a little bit difficult to do as movers because we're not animated characters ourselves. So that's why I picked this section of the video. All right, we're going to do it from 54 seconds in all the way until 1 minute and 37 seconds. So again, we're going to turn to our side or face the back. I hope you had so much fun learning these moves with me today. Feel free to maybe share some videos or comment. I would love to hear how you enjoy dancing like Luisa from the movie Encanto. Again, all of the choreography originated from Kai Martinez, and I so appreciate you joining me today, and see you next time.